So I have a whole bunch of topics to talk about. I don't have nothing written, nothing's like already set in stone, so I'm gonna just talk about it. Look, this is what's on my mind. Six max. When you're at a full ring table, but there's six players playing, and you guys are waiting for players to enter your seat, what would you do with like huge pocket pairs? Would you slow play? Would you slow play them? Depending on the board that like the run out that comes, like let's say you're up against an aggressive player and you have pocket jacks, would you just call them pre-flop, or would you like put in the 3-bet? Because then they're more likely to fold, or depending on the player, they might just flat call and then see the flop. So what would you guys suggest? Another thing I want to ask is, how do you play versus that player post flop, like on the flop, when there's a queen on the flop and they shove? You call? Maybe, right? Most of you guys call, because he's trying to represent the queen, so he or she, depends. So what if they just bet 30 or 40 and 60 and you call, and then you see the turn, you're first to act, you check? Or what would you do? Would you jam there? Would you just say fuck it? If it's a clean turn, would you just jam there? These are questions I think about, you know. What else I have it in my mind? I'm currently down. I'm off of the 1-2 right now. I'm not saying I'm better than 1-2 or like ready to go to 2-5, which I am. I'm ready to go to 2-5. I'm ready to level up. But the thing is, right now, the currency, the cash flow is kind of down, so I need to build up a bankroll again. I'll be back though. You know, I'll be back. Don't worry. I'll be back. This is my plan. I don't want to tell everybody my plan, but this works for me. I'm gonna play poker for 2 to 6 hours. No more than 6 hours. You know? The reason behind that is that I decide that I need to win every session. Like, I think I need to win every single session. And that's why I stay there 16 to 24 hours, you know? But that's not true. It's just another session, and all your sessions should be like one huge session. You understand what I'm saying? Like, each session is just a continuance of another session that you like previously left, or the future session, whatever. You guys get it. So what I'm doing now is I'm leaving once I'm up 200 or once I'm down 200. If none of that happens between 6 hours, the maximum 6 hours, I could be there 4 hours, you know, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't happen between 2 and 6 hours, at the 6th hour, I'm gonna just get up, no matter if I'm winning, losing, even, whatever, I'm leaving. So that's my goal, you know, up 200, down 200. And this is like day number 1. This is day number 1. You see me with the two-tone shirt because I leveled up, and I think I just came from the darkness. The dark side of me just left. That's why there's not much darkness. You could see it, but it's a two-tone, so the light is just taking over. I don't know if you guys understand this, but this is just the way I think, and the way I feel. I portray it in my clothing. Obviously, I'm gonna wear a hoodie because my rain today. But I'm saying I'm coming back. I'm returning back. I'm being humble. The thing with me is that I was so worked up about what I had going on in life that I brought it to the poker table, and I apologize to everybody I played poker with in the last couple of weeks. I seriously derailed. Like, I don't even want to say it, man. I was just like, I was drunk, and that doesn't, excuse me from anything. But when I wasn't drunk, I was still doing it. I was still like belittling people. I was like, bro, do you even play poker? Like, how do you even play poker? How do you have chips? Like, I don't even want to start it. I don't want to talk about it. But I apologize. I was going through life, and it doesn't exempt me or anything. But that's on me. I'm a humble person. Well, let me not even talk about it. So, what I want to talk about is, besides Six Max, I have a couple questions. Like, okay, on most rivers, I've gone for thin value. Now, if you have a young aggro player that you think he's methodical, he or she is methodical, and you see that they're betting flop, turn, and river, and you see a scare card, I want to ask, just because you think that player is methodical, would you like bluff the river? Would you turn your hand into a bluff? Let's say you have top pair and they have most likely two pair, or they have let's say they have two pair to set, because most people fold straights, depends on the run out. But a set and two pair, and you put them on that range because they're tight or aggressive though. But and the way they play, you see that they either have two pair or a set, or maybe two overs or whatever, like random hands. But you see a good river to bluff at. Do you take the opportunity versus that player? Now, let me give you another example. Would you just check call or just check the river to a tight elderly person that's been aggressive? No, obviously you won't, right? So what I'm trying to say is, I'm trying to find lines where, based on the people that you're playing with, you extract a little bit, you extract pots that are not yours, but that's maybe too advanced. Right now, what I'm trying to do is just play ABC poker, fold. I'm gonna fold, and we'll see. We'll see where I am in 2 weeks. 200 a day. That's my goal. That's how much I want to make a day. $200 a day. With I would invest like $200. $100 to $200 depends on the casino, the day, whatever. So what I need to get through to myself is, once I'm up 200 and once I'm down 200, I'll leave the table, and then I'll separate 200, 100 for jewelry, because I need my jewelry, and $100 towards like my future, so, and I'll have $200 to play with, obviously, so I'm gonna do that, and that's gonna be, I guess, day 2 or day 3, whenever this pops up. So that's what I'm gonna do. And what else? Yeah, I'm gonna talk about hands. I'm gonna bring up hands. I'm gonna try to talk to people and see if I could like pick their brains and see what hands they throw at me. What hands they value or whatnot. What else? Have another thing to say. Announcement. I'm gonna fold 10 jack suited. I don't care. I'm not playing that. King 4 suited. Muck. I'm playing all pocket pairs. Ace queen, even ace jack suited. I'm gonna fold depending on the position where I'm at the table. I'm most likely gonna fold ace jack suited. So here we go. These are like my starting hands that I'm gonna play with. the money that I'm gonna separate. And I have one more thing. I was gonna say something about money. Well, yeah, I'm trying to build a bankroll, and maybe I'll head out to Vegas. Most likely next year. But back at the 1-2 tables. That's where you're gonna find me.